Hey guys, it's Jake with the NSB Woodsman channel, and today we are going to make a Reflectix pot cozy. So stay tuned, we're going to give it a try. Alright, so here's a couple of things we're going to need. Obviously you need your pot, scissors. My son Jonathan is grabbing me a marker. Thanks, buddy. Marker just doesn't need to be permanent or anything, just to mark out where you're cutting. And then I had bought some Reflectix tape. So it's more reflective than duct tape, but it's essentially duct tape just with a shinier surface. So those are our supplies, that, and of course you're going to need the Reflectix itself. So let's get started. The pot I am using is this Coleman Max that I got at Walmart years ago. I used to use it a lot. Haven't used it in a long time, and the inside got like all nasty and stuff. But I put it through the wash, I scrubbed it for like 2 hours, trying to figure out if this was something, you know, that was gonna get in my food or anything. At this point, I'm perfectly confident that there's nothing gonna get in my food from that. And if it does, I don't think it's gonna kill me. But this is what the pot had originally come with, 2 pots. And it's too bad they stopped making this, because I would buy another one in a heartbeat. I actually love these things. I think they're perfect for what I need. I mean, one's really light. If you go out and you're going, you know, and you don't need to heat a lot of water when you go out, just take the little one with you. It's very light. Or if you're going out, take the bigger one. Today I'm going to make the, it's still February, so it's still cold out here, so I'm going to make the pot cozy for the bigger one, but maybe while I'm at it I'll make one for the smaller one too, but I'll probably do that later on. So let's just make one for the big one. I'll take the lid off for now. So first thing I'm going to do is figure out how much length I need. Basically all I'm going to do is roll this around, and I want it to be loose because I want it to be able to just slide right in and out of there. So I'm going to mark it. See if I can show you this any better. I'm working with a 25-foot roll here, so it's not exactly perfect. Do what I can here for you. So I don't want it perfectly snug because I'm going to be taking this in and out essentially. So I basically want it to be right about there. So I'm just going to mark it right there. And then I only want this to be right up to about, can you see? I only want it to come up right about to the lip. I don't want it to sit in like so. I only want it to be about there. So let's unroll this here and mark how low we want it to be, which is about right there. Okay. So we've got our 2 marks. We're going to cut down and then cut across, basically. I'm going to actually grab a ruler and measure that real quick. Do that, or maybe I'll just use the same length. That'll work. That's my daughter talking, if you can hear. Juliana. What do you have there? We got a little toy to play with? Alright, so let's get to it. Obviously it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just trying to make something that functions. Alright, so perfect. By the time I take this off, it's going to be nice and loose. So let's do that process next. Let's tape it together. Basically want something that's about 2 times the length of our band here. Alright, well that works out actually probably better, because then I can actually measure with my tape how much I want to cut, and it won't stick together. And then when I'm ready to tape it, I can just peel off the paper and be ready to go. So let's do that piece next. Obviously my daughter wants to be a part of the video today, so she's really chatting away. Alright, so peel that off of there. Oh no, should have saw that coming. Alright, so I'm going to go down here and just leave a little bit of a gap on the end. Put it about halfway through the tape, like so. So at this point it looks like this, and I left a little bit at the end so I can wrap it over. And I'm just going to connect this side. Try and line it up nice. Juliana. And fold over the opposite side there. Nice and snug. And if you guys are watching this and you haven't seen this done before, I'm basically mirroring the design of Shug Emery. If you haven't been to his channel, go check this out. He's made a whole bunch of them, so obviously his will be a little bit better. Let's see, how's mine fitting? Perfect. Nice and loose. Right at about rim height. Just about perfect. Alright, next thing we're going to do, since we got this guy here, is, well shoot, let's just cut straight across this, and we'll use whatever we have left to make the next piece. Because I don't want to leave this funky looking angle out here. And it'll help us work with a smaller piece of Reflectix. Cool. Get this big guy out of the way. Alright. So now, let's take just a piece here. And let's trace around. Trace around here, and we'll cut the bottom of our... Alright, so not perfectly round, just try and clean up the edges a little bit here. And we'll call it good right about there. A little off, but doesn't have to be perfect. Looks good. Alright, so there's basically the base of our cozy right there. Got it all taped up on the bottom and on the side. One thing that Shug did in his video is he really worked some of that tape around the edges so that it really presses in. So he just kind of really worked it in there pretty darn good. Do the same thing, just kind of push the pot up against the edge and really work that tape into the Reflectix there on the side too. Alright, so just about perfect there. So now we'll do the top piece. The whole top piece comes and fits right over here. So we got to figure out how much of this we want and basically do the same process. Fit right over and put a top right on top. So I only want it to come down, you know, 3/4 of an inch below where this one is for the top. But similar process here. Since we did the top over here, we're going to do this side right here. Uh-oh. Don't make this mistake. I should have cut a little bit more, because look what's happened. I am short. Bum, bum, bum. Well, work with what you got. We'll do this, and then we'll just cut a little strip to fill in the middle. It's going to be funky, but it'll be fun. Alright guys, I'm going to show you a little trick, because when I peel this off, it wants to curl up. What I've started to do here, and this is super sticky, so once you put your Reflectix on there, it doesn't want to come off. So I kind of lay it down, stick one finger on it, push it up against the table, and then as it's coming undone, I keep my thumb on the back end so that I'm able to kind of lay the whole thing out flat on the table. And then I can position, and before I'm ready to press down, I can lay it all out like so. So you really want to make sure with this stuff, and I just blew it, that it all kind of lines up well the first time because of how sticky the tape is. Alright, not bad. Obviously you can see I have one flat side because of the tape, where I had to do the Frankenstein piece, but that's okay. We'll just bend it all up, make it rounder. Here we go. If you guys watch this one, and I've already told you to go watch Shug Emery's, because he obviously has inspired this video, but he literally does a fancy shot of the tape just like this, so I'll do the same thing so that you know where I got the idea of this from. Full credit for this video goes out to Shug Emery. If he ever sees this video, I hope he doesn't think I'm stealing his technique. Alright, let's get the top on this sucker. So this is kind of discovery as we go here, figure out what works best as you're doing it. Obviously I didn't really do too much measuring on this thing. As you can see on this side, we've got a little bit of overhang, so that's alright. I'm just gonna... Everything else looks like it matches up though, the whole way around. So I'm not gonna worry about any other spot, just right here. I'm gonna take some of this off. The old adage, you know, measure twice and cut once. You definitely don't want to remove more because you're gonna, you know, it's can't put it back on.
And you want to go back there.
On the sides, all on the top. So there you have it, folks. A Reflectix pot cozy. I wish I had a good thermometer to check things out, but there's the top part.
It doesn't?
Take that off. There it is. So I can just set that even right on my lap to eat. Not worry about it. Stick that on. Boom. One-handed. Pretty darn good. Well, for my first attempt, I'm pretty happy. Well, guys, this has been Jake with the NSB Woodsman channel. I really appreciate you joining me for this one. I hope you liked this little how-to.
Do I go to number 2?
My whole family's over there. So again, if you have any questions about this, you can feel free to comment me, write me a comment, that is. I'll try and respond to you. Or you can go over and check out Shug Emery's channel. Awesome channel, by the way. And he's got a video of how he makes his. And his looks obviously a lot different just because of, excuse me, just because of how he cooks. This is the pot that I like to use, so this is the size of my... It's going to take up more space in my backpack, but in the winter time I can set that on snow and I won't have to worry about snow sticking to my pot. Really good. Very happy. So, thanks guys. Like and subscribe. Check you in the next one.